How's it going, brother?
Good. Welcome, everybody.
Whoa. Alpha traders. What we doing?
Rocket.
Volatility. We like volatility.
Yes.
There's plenty in these markets.
Look at that beautiful VRE.
You just look at all these markets now as it's just shitcoin paradise. That's where we're at.
Precisely.
Shitcoin paradise. Woo!
Bitcoin paradise. That's all she wants, yeah.
Yes, sir. What VIX do overnight? What's Dixie doing? Dixie's down a little bit. Interesting move in SPY yesterday. Makes a lot of sense. Show you why, folks. Show you what's happening here. Let's get on some traditional markets. Throw SPY
Dixie
up.
is currently pumping on the super low time frames of the 15-minute and lower, just like Bitcoin is dropping.
Right.
Now.
Let's turn off some of the fun time, long time here. There we go. Get a little look. All right. We talked about last week how this weekly candle on SPY, right? The old spider. 8 legs a running, baby. Closed right at the 33 power mean. All right, that's the single line here. 33 power mean. Opened up, I mean just a tick above it. Immediately ran up above the 68.3 Laplace to the top side. Kind of creating a little doji on the weekly here. I'll tell you what, right now, this is like do or die, in my opinion. What are these markets going to do? A lot of people out there bearish. But let me go over here real quick. Let's take a look at SPY. I'm going to get some volatility reads real quick. Right? It's going to give us a good idea what's going to happen with this price action. Where you at, SPY? Boom. What am I on a daily? All right, guys. Look at the daily 525 length volatility. Look at implied volatility. Right? I mean, guys, we're up here at 100%. We're up here at 100% on the daily. Let's see the 3-day real quick. 3-day, low length about 64, implied volatility about 87. 2-day, man, all these 2-day, 3-day, daily. It's the weekly read right now. A 60 implied at 85. All right, man. All right. Tells me a lot right there. So if I go over here, we got this 33 power. We're right at this 33 power mean. All is what this volatility now. And one thing with options is that you got to remember about the positive drift, man. Right? It's inherently built in. That's why. I mean, one of my favorite option strategies, right? I want to sell some puts, man. Take advantage of the positive drift. But one thing you got to make sure, the volatility isn't low. We're getting ready to get a big expansion, right? Because it's going to move freaking hard. That could move against your short put, right? You don't want that because then you're going to start adding legs. Let me get rid of these animals real quick. Go, everybody out. I say everybody. There's only 2 now. Heartbreaking. Anyway, I'm staying distracted. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh yeah, applied volatility, historical volatility, volatility percentile, volatility grade. We've got a lot of different volatility models here at Alpha Trading, right? And I know there's a lot of options traders out there, right? They're not going to get an immediate grasp on what we do, right? A lot of them haven't even heard of some of this stuff, which is unfortunate. But we could be possibly working on building an Ivy suite. We'll see what's up. I've sent a message to the coders, the math guy, just to see just to see, because that would probably attract some more of you options traders out there. Then you can start to get a grasp of what we're really doing over here, right? I mean, we've got an indicator, alpha volatility grade. It's a combination of historical volatility and implied volatility. Very powerful. We just created a lot of things for you guys out there. I want to make sure that you're going to get eyes on this. So this is going to be interesting, especially you turn on this 11 length power or reverse mean of log returns. We're down here SPY at about 370. Both of these reverse mean of log returns. We talked about our MLR yesterday and what it does, right? Let's see here. 370. What are we at? Almost 400 right now. Very, 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 very auspicious. Let's see here. So is what I'm kind of seeing this thing doing. We could stay in a range on SPY, go sideways in between this 33 power mean and these reverse mean of log returns for literally next few weeks, man. Next few weeks. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Now, obviously, the volatility in these markets will slap you right in the face when you least expect it. But I'm getting these good reads on all those macro time frames. Volatility's pretty freaking high right now. Pretty high, right? If I'm putting on any positions right now, I'm throwing probably a 1 SD strangle on SPY, right? I'm going to trap that bitch right inside the first standard deviation. It's probably 45 days out. 45 days out would probably be a good call right now. If I'm pretty sure though we're right, I think it's like 30, a little under 30 and then 60 or something. We're just in a bad position to get a 45 day out. You probably have to start playing with the weeklies. I don't like to do that. I like sticking to the monthly option expirations. Let's see here. Where else are we going? Where else are we going? Waiting. We're always waiting for the market to open. All right, that's good. You know what? Let's throw this on Dixie real quick. I've been talking about Dixie, right? This drop below its 33 power mean. You got to realize SPY is above its 33 power mean. Dixie's below right now, right? Flip this over on. Let's take a peek at Big Boss. Okay, now Bitcoin, we know, right? Bitcoin's had a pretty massive sell-off. Below the 33 power mean, all right? Below the 33 power mean. You can already see on this weekly candle, we're pretty much down to 68.3 Laplace to the downside, first standard deviation to the top side. Just ranging, just like SPY. We're having a nice little range right now. Let me go over here real quick. Throw this on BTC. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm looking for correlations of the volatility, right? Let's see. Where are you? Boop. Yeah. Yep. SPY's volatility, a lot higher on the daily. Bitcoin's implied volatility on a 2-day was super low. This is making more sense. This is driving more with SPY. 3-day, the weekly. Although, wow, man. Tell you what. We could be breaking correlation, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell any fairy tales. We could definitely be breaking some correlation. Let me pull up another chart real quick. Where you at, sweetie? There it is, right in front of my eyes. What's up?
I said ye old market correlation chart.
Ye old! Yes, sir.
Ye old. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we had to... let me see, what am I on? 90 minute? No. Weekly. Weekly. Daily. Well, I'll tell you what, on the daily right now, let me make sure too. I'm pretty sure I flipped that back on... Or no. It's still on Dixie. That's right, because I didn't change it. Didn't save it. Sorry, I knew that read was weird. There we go. Exactly what I was kind of seeing here. So on the daily, SPY, Bitcoin, negatively correlated, man. Negatively correlated. We looked at it kind of yesterday, 2-day, 3-day. Yep, 3-day heading into negative correlation. You got to remember it's all about the slope, right? Doesn't have to be significantly positively or negatively correlated. All has to do for the slope. You want to make it real easy? Turn the area. Just turn it on line form, right? So you don't have to worry about any of that, because slope is gonna really be the determining factor on how this thing's gonna run. Let's see, 5-day. Yep, sloping down too. Pretty interesting, man. Yeah, and I'm seeing it in the implied volatility reads on Bitcoin. You go to the weekly 3-day, low, under a 5%.
Yeah, that point about the slope being a key factor is incredibly important, because yes, obviously when things are positive or negative in the correlation, it does affect certain things, but the actual slope itself is really the determining factor regarding the correlation. That is very, very much the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a key thing. That's a key thing for anybody learning how to do this to pick up on. You just got a golden nug from Bilbo.
Golden nug. Let's see. Whoa, man, natural gas. There's also a great vid out, man. I don't know. Keith McCullough, Hedge Eye, just did a great vid with, God, what's the guy's name? He was at Goldman for a long time. Now he's with Ray Dalio, man. At, what is it, Bridgewater? Am I correct in that? I think it's Bridgewater.
Capital, right?
Yeah, so there it's a good conversation, man. It's a good conversation because this guy's been around, right? And he's just been picking from all these great traders, and he's got a good beat on the markets, man. It's all about the energy sectors. I think it's Energy Transition is the name of the video or something. Pretty good. I mean, listening to these guys, even if you don't give a shit about energy transition, what they're trying to do, right? They're looking for energy companies to invest in, right? But just listening to these guys talk, right? There's so much insight, man. I mean, you got two guys that they're old wall too, but they're breaking off from that. Especially Keith McCullough. This guy too. Keith was recognizing. He's like, oh, you're old wall, but you're not acting old wall. It's like, yeah. Because old wall's going to die. Old wall's going to die. In layman, that's Wall Street, by the way. You don't know what I'm talking about out there.
Bridgewater Associates definitely, I mean, they have a lot of history of doing things a little bit differently, obviously. And they definitely recognize that Wall Street will not just continue. I mean, it always changes, right? How things are done, how trading is done on the markets.
Yep.
So the old dinosaurs will definitely perish at some point and be replaced by more, as they are increasingly replaced by quantitative trading, things like that. So.
And they didn't even know. They like live super close together, both in Connecticut. That's where Bridgewater's at. And Keith walks his dog by it every day. And so they were talking about, he looks up there, walk dog by 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. All the lights are on. They've got 1,000 researchers just going to town. I mean, they're really research-based. It's a research-based trading firm. It's Ray Dalio. I mean, hello. Proof's in the pudding, man. But so it's a little different. But yeah, they're good. It's a great conversation. I watched it twice. Just had
That's
to.
Not to say he's never made mistakes, yeah,
No.
obviously, and he's learned because he's made some historically huge
Fucking
mistakes.
A, they all have.
Time, he's also learned a lot since then, and really come up quite the wiser, it seems.
Yes, 100%.
That's for sure.
100%. And that's the thing with trading. Yeah, man. We've all made massive mistakes before. It's not like I've never made a mistake. I've made some really big mistakes. There's times where I have lost a lot of money. But it balances out, man. You learn from them. Just like Yasha said, you learn from your mistakes. That's what life's all about. If you're not learning from your mistakes, man, you're in the freaking hamster wheel. You're not going anywhere. You're just burning up fuel, man. You gotta learn from your mistakes.
Who's ever made mistakes? They're just not telling you the truth. If they're in the market long enough, they've sure made mistakes. If not, they're either not actively trading or they're just fibbing.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. That's how this world is. And that's, social media. God, I wish you'd just go take, I mean, it's obviously we're in that age, so it's not going anywhere, but it just gives a false representation of really how people are and how their lives are, because a lot of people don't put the mistakes and all the bad stuff out on social media. It's just their glamorous life. When you see stuff like that, it's just all a facade. It's all a lie, man. There's not one person out in this world that's not a total fucking train wreck. Everybody's lives. That's why we're here. We're learning. We're learning. You might have different beliefs in that, but so a lot of people don't learn from their mistakes. So you just continue to make them, and that's what's great about life. Life will beat you over the head until you learn from the mistakes. And that's what that's definitely what we try to do. And I've made a lot in my life. There's no doubt. Everybody has. So when it comes to trading, right? It's not that you're just emotionally invested, which you shouldn't be anyways. With the point I'm making, there's money behind all this. You better be learning from your mistakes, because if you're not, you're going to end up living in a van down by the river. There's no doubt about it. You will lose everything. Let's see. All right. While we're waiting for traditional markets to open up. Let's see.
Yeah, 4-hour projections on Bitcoin. Very nice. Tapping the second coin flip to the downside right at the RMLR. It's really sweet. Right between the first and second Laplace down. Right on the first standard deviation down. I mean, it's pretty.
Whoops.
If you know how to read this stuff.
Let me see here. Are you talking about this recent 4 hour candle move?
Yeah, the 4-hour candle that reversed on the 14th of November at, well, I guess it'd be, well, probably the 13th of November your time at 11 p.m.
Yeah, right here.
Reversal candle, yeah, the one. Oh, even further back than that, the one
Talking about
like
back here?
15 candle. Yeah, that one.
Boom,
yeah.
boom. Yeah.
On the pump candle that reversed from the bottom.
Boom.
On the supposed Elon tweet, but it wasn't. It was before he tweeted.
Let me freaking turn this off. Okay, let's see here. I'm on the plus. I'm gonna want 6 off.
It's on the second coin flip right there.
4, 3, 2.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna just see normal Laplace real quick. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, like you said, immediately went to 95.4. Couple wicks right back into it. Boom, boom. Right back down to the top side of the 68.3. Whoop. Rolling over right to it again, which is about 16.3. Excuse me, got the hiccups. Good Lord. Make that power coffee, man. But yeah, interesting.
That's right where the 1110 RMLR is, just by the way, right now, like literally on the dot.
Yeah, let me
which
go
is also at the standard deviation of that candle.
Let's turn this on here. Reset that old price scale. Turn on the 11 length. Yep, right at it. Mean reversion. Man, I mean, it literally, these 3-4 hour candles are just right here, just right in the reverse mean of log returns. Man, this is tight. 33, the 33 length, freaking power mean. This is really interesting. I'm glad you brought up the 4 hour, because
that direction predictor just nails it. I mean, dude, direction predictor has been spot on for. It's a powerful tool, man. It's a powerful tool. And I know don't get too greedy with it, but it's a powerful tool. That's what I say.
Right. No, sure. You're out there watching the stream and you see this, right? Probably not going to make a lot of sense to you. Just looks like a lot of noise. I'm telling you what, there's a lot of information in this noise. We like noise, obviously, right? I like a lot of noise. You got to learn how to take that noise, right? And it has to give you information, right? When I see noise like this, I'm looking at it all together. I know that seems like, oh, that's impossible. It's not. You stare at these charts long enough, it's just one massive indicator to me. That's what this is. That's why I'm able to do the workflow that I do and do it quickly. When you're trading like this, you have to be fast. You got to get to that point where you can look at a chart like this and it's not like you're breaking down. Now, when I'm doing these live streams, I'm breaking down each indicator, giving reads and stuff. When I'm actually trading, it's not like I'm sitting here, okay, well, the Z scores here, and look at the variance. And no. I'm looking at it all. right? I can get a signature. You can get a signature. I have this chart set up a way where when I look at it, boom, it tells me something immediately, and I can fly through time frames. You have to be able to do that when you are trading low time frame volatility. It's you have to be fast, man. Not only reading these charts, but operating your exchange, right? You're not a bot, right? You have to literally manually put all these trades in. You got to open these trades, exit these trades, monitor these trades. When you're intraday trading, you're not throwing a trade on and going out and dicking around. Things happen too fast, right? You're working. You're at your desk. That's how I roll. Try not to have any distractions. Got a lot right now, but good thing I'm not actively trading. And that's how it is. If life gets to me where I'm definitely having trouble focusing, I will not trade. I'm not going to go in with fucking one arm tied behind my back. I got to be firing on all cylinders. I do not like to lose money. I do not like to lose money. And when I do, yeah, I get emotional, which is fine, right? It's healthy emotion. Don't lock that shit up inside, like you'll die young. But what I'm not mad at is the entry I got, right? No, it was a good entry. Volatility did what volatility does. I limited my loss. I got out of the trade, right? But I'm not happy about it. And then now I'm really grinding. I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna mess with me on my entry? Okay, I know it's right here somewhere. I know what these charts are telling me. And so now, boom, you got out of the trade just in case. Everybody, I don't care who you are, the beginning of your trading career, maybe you got a little gusto in your system and you thought you could, okay, well, I won't get out of this one. I'm telling you what, man, you will be underwater really fast. You've got to have a good risk management strategy. And what a better one to just get out of a trade immediately if it goes against you. And I'm talking like low time frame, 3 or 6 minute candles closing below your entry. Just jump out. Just jump out of the trade, right? Because when you trade like alpha traders, you're going to have a high win percentage. So if you can limit those losses, one loss can destroy your entire P&L, man. You got to be really careful. Just get out of the trades. Get out of them. All right. We love our trading banner. It's always the first half hour. We're waiting for markets to open up.
Yep.
Let's see.
And hello to all the new folks listening in or joining in on the live stream or here in Discord. All the folks learning to do this stuff. Greetings and welcome.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see.
You want to go ahead, Yasha? Talk for a minute here. I got to check on something.
I would say P-Funk was mentioning earlier about Target, about how they've had some bad results as a result of their don't stop people if they take up to $1,000. Apparently that's not good for their business. But if you look at their daily, not all too shabby right now. But let's stick to what we see on the charts right here in front of us, because we're looking at Bilbo's chart here with the Bitcoin on the 4 hour, and you can see there it's fully in random mode right now. So when it's in random mode like this, and you see basically barely any correlation whatsoever, it's essentially flat. This is a place where you want to be looking for entries on lower time frames, and consider that on the 4 hour it's already made a nice little down move, and the volatility on the day on the slightly higher time frames is very mixed across all the lengths. So keep that in mind as you look for it to possibly have a nice little bounce up to back where it started the day, and maybe even go a touch higher by the end of the day, or it could stay down a bit negative. But you could definitely see some nice movement up, especially when you consider that on the 4 hour, if you look at the VRE chart, you can see that the 4 hour candles, the 4 hour ranges, I should say, are moving along very nicely if you know how to read the VRE, and you can definitely see that we've been testing the daily range super nice. We even tapped the weekly below the daily range, and that happened. Hold on, so let me make sure I'm on the right asset here before I say anything about that, because apparently I was on SPY right there. But yeah, you can see here, yeah, we tested the daily range and then trended down beyond it on a negative trending downward move, negatively correlated. And you can see there that the variance is still negative, below the confidence intervals, but is essentially flatlining at the moment. And you can see that as well in the volatility. It's basically flatlining or slightly up on the 15-minute candles. But within this 4-hour context of where we are, you can see that the 4-hour levels have come down on the Laplace 4-hour levels as well. As the standard deviation levels, and you can see that we just tagged a nice little 4-hour target there in the last couple of candles where it's bouncing up from right now. And since we did touch a third RMLR down on the 15 minutes, and we did it a few times over the last couple of hours, if this candle proceeds to go up, we could see some mean reversion begin to happen. And it wouldn't be, and again, if you look at the RMLR drops that happened over the last few hours, right, it tagged the 3 RMLR down about an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes ago. And then on the next 2 candles, it wicked up nicely to the RMLR and completed that mean reversion, and then shot right back down, and 2 candles later found a touch again on that candle, so on that the RMLR band down. Which again, the third RMLR band up or down is an incredibly strong indication that once you stop hitting it on pretty much any time frame, you will see a mean reversion begin to happen. And if this candle and then the next one, I like to usually use a 2-candle rule. Like once it doesn't hit for 2 candles, unless you have severe outliers, you're pretty much in mean reversion. It's even usually 1 candle after it doesn't touch, but I like to just be a bit sure if I'm looking at a 15-minute or a 6-minute or 3-minute or 1 minute or 5-minute or whatever time frame I'm looking at. I like to put a couple of candles between the touch of the RMLR bands down or up before I say that the move is confirmed to be in reversion. So like if this candle touches it again, then it's not yet a mean reversion. But if it stops hitting that third RMLR band down, mean reversion will effectively start, right, once it's confirmed a couple of candles away from it. But again, we are still in a negative trend, even though it's beginning to slope out of the peak of the trending move down on this 15-minute. And you can see that the correlation is beginning to weaken. But as we are looking at the 4-hour chart on Bilbo's screen right here, you can see again the slope of the entropy starting to flatten off on that 4-hour. Oh, he's on the daily there.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, he's on the 4-hour. Look at that. No, that's all right. So
Very
it is, yeah,
random.
it's fully random, like I said earlier. Fully random. I mean, that is a good place to be looking for moves if you're looking for 4-hour moves or below. The reason for that is when something is that flat, well, there's only one thing it can do, is it will move away from that mean, right? So, and if you look at the 4-hour ALRs, if you look at the 4-hour RO, if you look at the 4-hour of, let's see, what else, the variance is actually up a little, but it's negatively correlated, right? It's beginning to show a fat tail. But you get all these really flat indications, really flat reads on information, and you can tell, okay, this is a place where it's going to start to make a move. And the randomness on entropy right now is heading to is heading down, and starting to walk towards possibly the next trending move, but with such low correlation, it can easily go either way, which is why you need to watch what's happening on things like the ALR and the returns oscillator, which is currently falling on the 4-hour. And the entropy oscillator is also falling on the 4-hour. It's been playing out some bear div the last few ticks. So all in all, I mean, this is how you read these devices, and then you make the entries obviously on lower time frames. We don't scalp on a 4-hour because there's just so much action that happens on a 4-hour. You can get multiple trades in. If you trade the 10-minute even, you can get a couple of trades very often within an hour. And anything below that, you can usually get at least 2 or 3 trades in an hour. In my opinion, it's a very, well, forget my opinion. Just look at the trending moves on anything under a 10-minute. You'll see that there's usually more than a couple moves in an hour. And on the 1-minute, I mean, you can get sometimes 4 or 5 moves in an hour, and consistently throughout the day. And like today, for example, is a great day for trading, in my opinion, for scalps, where you have a trending day within a ranging week. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that you're going to have trending moves that are capped by the weekly ranging activity. So you're going to have pretty good knowledge, if you know how to read this, of where to enter and where to exit, upside or downside, which means you can limit your risks significantly by not being greedy and taking your profits when you've reached the bottom or the top of the next coming hill, right? And that's just a great way to make sure that you don't burn your time and lose your profits as the moves reverse because they've hit the bottom of the move. And you might still think you're in a trending move, but then if you look at the higher time frame, you're like, oh yeah, no, we're still within the weekly ranging area, and it's going to reverse now and make the next move. So I like to do things like that. I like to look for occurrences of opportunity like that, where you're basically exploiting the inefficiencies by finding what are the relations between the time frames and how are the bots looking at the maths of these things, because they're trading super low time frames, but they're also looking at the bigger pictures to know the general direction to where they should be putting their risk on for the future trades that they're planning to make. And they're making a lot of trades in any given moment, right? So they're taking capital on and off the table on a regular basis, like every few seconds or every minute. They're moving a lot of money on and off the markets constantly. And by doing that and by running so many trades, they effectively control the direction of the markets. And our job as scalpers or traders using math-based tools is not to try to beat the bots by trading against them, but to actually move in the direction that they're moving and essentially picking up the crumbs, as Bilbo likes to say. They're leaving a lot of crumbs on the floor, or it's up to us to pick them up. And the reason that we know how to do that is because we're using the same math-based tools that they're using in their programmatic systems. We just, we don't have multi-billion-dollar access to tools and, thousands of traders and engineers and researchers and analysts around the world all staffed and employed at the same firm, right? Like these huge HFT firms do, and like a bunch of algo, shops do. We are manually trading the same kind of maths. That's all. That's the only difference. So we run our trades manually, but using the same information, and therefore we can separate the noise from the signal. And that's the whole point of using these kind of tools. That's why we like the noise, because the more noise, the more signal, and the more you're able to parse out the noise from the signal, separating the wheat from the chaff effectively, you can see where the entries and the exits are.
More occurrences.
Like you said earlier, you can put these things like the correlation of the AVP, the ATPC, Alpha Trading Pearson Correlation Indicator. If you put that on the line instead of area, that actually is a very good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that's very good to do, which we've mentioned many times, but I don't know if we've said it recently, is turn the price action candles off. Learn to read volatility without looking at the price action candles. Because if you can read the volatility without looking at the price action candles, you'll literally be very accurate at knowing which direction the actual price action will go. Because all it's doing is following the returns, right? So if you can tell with the ALR, the alpha laser returns indicator, and the AVP indicator, and the PC and the ATPC indicator, you can tell which direction it's likely to go because of the volatility tendencies and because of the laser returns directions and divergences. You don't even have to look at the price action to actually know what it's going to be. And we've done it many times on streams. You can look at tons of videos of us showing you.
Oof.
We know exactly where the price action is going without looking at the candles. And 100%, if you know how to read it, it works. Anyway, I thought I'd just say those kind of things because I think it's important for the new people to hear how it is we do these kind of things. Anyway, yeah.
SPY open or markets open. Like SPY runs the show.
Oh, yeah. Ding, ding.
All right. The first thing I look for is this daily volatility range. Speaks for itself. Right? Top side, 398.46. Bottom side, 398.40. That is one of the tightest ranges in SPY that I have seen. Woo! Oh, okay. So the first 15-minute candle, right? The daily opened up below it. This is going to be very important, and I'm telling you right now and it's also inside the 68.3. You're going to want to see some 15-minute candles close above the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Look what happened yesterday with SPY. Open up. Here is the wait a minute here. Ding, ding, ding. There it was down here. So here was the 68.3 to the top side, 68.3 to the downside yesterday, We had that big pre-market move to the top side, right? Almost to the first standard deviation. But look where we were going sideways for damn near half the day, right? This is a monthly volatility level, right? It's a resistance level for the monthly volatility range. I believe, yeah, it's the R1. Didn't like it. But look where the wick, look when we got this pullback in SPY midway through the day, we got a wick right down to the top of the weekly range, right? Day before too, had a pullback right to the weekly range. Boom. Boom, the end of the day yesterday, right? So the algos are down here buying at the top of the weekly. There's no doubt. So is what you're going to look for. Are they going to continue to buy the top of the weekly range? Right now, it's at the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace. You start closing candles to the downside, and you'll notice that. That's why people get confused on what we do here. We're always going to give you both sides, right? Because until volatility makes its move, we don't know, right? Now, we can look at the rest of the charts and get these different tendencies, right? Where we know what's probably going to happen. And you'll hear us say probably all the time because that's what we deal with. Probabilities, math, right? We want to take the best position we can that the math is telling us. So we are right in the middle of the 68.3 right now. So are we gonna trend today? This thing's gonna fucking fly. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb right now and say it. We got a wide weekly, tight daily. Right? So I'm looking for the top or the middle of the weekly range to be the support right here. Top side, if you see, if a SPY can close some 15-minute candles above this R1 on the monthly volatility range, you're probably going to see a first standard deviation move today. 406.35. If it goes the other way, you're going to see a 1SD move to the downside. Now, because of the width of the weekly range, now, when I say we're going to have a trending day, we could rage in between these 1SD levels. You could see a pump to the 1SD and then a dump to the 1SD. This is what I'm kind of looking for today, because that weekly range is it's in the wording, right? It's literally gonna keep that range. I doubt it's going to trend on the weekly too much. Look what we've done so far, right? Look at the weekly so far. Not a lot going on, man. We're staying in this tight little range right here. We could continue to do this. But I'm going to leave it out there too that we don't just have to, man. I've seen it happen before where you get a tight daily range that it could literally blast the top or the bottom right out, right? And just start running, which in return next week you're going to get you're probably going to get a tighter weekly range because of the way this started. It's weird. You got to look at you got to use this indicator for a long time, because you'll see sometimes where you have a tight little range all week, but you'll have a bigger volatility range. There's a lot of factors that go into it. So you really got to understand what you're looking at. But this is super tight on the daily. We're going to move around. There's no doubt about it. Let me see here. Before I go back into SPY, there were some things on Bitcoin I wanted to point out. All right. Here, right here. Pink line right here. Blue line to the top. This is the 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Okay. On this 4-hour move from the top up here, when we were like 21.5, 22, right in that area, we start dumping to the downside. Right. Look at that 4-hour candle. I love that 4-hour candle. That was a clear out. Wicked right to this extra line is the 0.9999% level. Of course, you're going to get a wick up. You understand how volatile of a move it took to close these 4-hour candles outside this 99.99? What happened immediately? There was a 99.7% chance you were going to get a run right back to here. First, you need to understand the probabilities. It's like when you're up here, there's not a 99.7% chance it gets to this level. There's a 99.7% chance you don't close candles below that area, right? This is what the volatility of Bitcoin does. It will, obviously, if you got to throw a 99.99 on your Laplace distribution, there's some serious volatility going on. So you can see, boom, we run right back up to the 99.7. Rejection. Almost back down to the 99.9 again. It was sure pushing. Look, rejecting off the bottom side of the 99.7 again. As far as the distribution goes, man, that does not look strong, especially when you are fully random price action. This thing is going to want to trend soon. This 4-hour volatility candle's expanding, negatively correlated. This is where it gets even more interesting. All right. You're starting to have a variance outlier, right? Correlated. It's a downside move. It's a downside move. All the 4-hour fissures are down, right? All the 4-hour fissures are down. And you've got the returns oscillator. Look at the correlation. Look at the blue candles right now. Strong and building, right? Telling you this could be a down move. We could be getting a move real quick. And here's the daily. Same thing. Projection starts at the same place. We drop outside the 99.99, then make a move right back up to the 99.7. Boom, right here. So on the 4-hour and the daily, from this down move, from that high, from that local high at like 21.5 or whatever, coming back down. The slope of the correlation of the AVR on the low length, right? Contracting volatility. This is a nice contraction too. This is what you want to see. These are the easy reads right here. Look at these two candles to the top side, right? It's negatively correlated. Now it's flipping, right? It flipped back negative. Price is rising. But this is going to be tricky. Now I will have to look on the VRE too to see exactly where Bitcoin's at. Let's do that real quick, and then I'm going to jump into SPY hardcore, SPY and Dixie. We love our SPY and Dixie. Let's say it one more time. We love our SPY and Dixie. All right, here's Bitcoin. All right, when you drop below this green cross line right here, guys, that's the S3 on the monthly volatility range, if I remember correctly. Nope, sorry, S2. That's right. Where was the S3? The S3, there it is down there. There's the S3, and then boom. Look at this, right? That was the bottom of the dump, right? Our indicators speak for themselves. Do you think there was some liquidity waiting down here to buy? Do you think the algos were down at the bottom of this monthly volatility range? That is the last support level. Look at the move we got off of it. Right? It shot above the S2. Wham! A little sideways action. Wham! Back to the downside. You understand, traders out there, how you're getting wrecked? You understand? Look at these moves. You're trying to swing trade this shit. Why, man? Look, you can do whatever you want. Volatility is not meant to swing trade, right? If it was, these high-frequency trading firms, their algos would be putting on swing trades. They wouldn't be trading the 30-second chart and just roughhousing all you guys. They are literally, these algos grab you, put you in the hurt locker, you come out, you look like you've been beat up. I mean, it just destroys you, man. Low time frame volatility trading. That's what we do here. This is the reason. Look at all the trades. Right? There's a lot of good trades. But this is a good example how you get to the bottom of a macro volatility range. Guys, there's nothing down here, man. Right? I mean, obviously, you're going to see these daily levels. But as far as a macro range, man, these algos were just waiting here. This isn't retail traders buying a pump like this. Right? These are algos. Boom. And I guarantee you, you go on the 15-minute chart, there was nasty bear div right here. Slammed that thing right back down. And that went to, because you open up the day, this is the 68.3 Laplace. So if this
look where it topped out.
Yeah.
You look where it topped out on both of those peaks above. I mean, literally at 4-hour targets, right? Like those are. It's not by accident that the bots are taking their profits at those places and flipping around the trades.
Yep, 4-hour first standard deviation.
Down from there. You know?
Yep, that's when the 4-hour levels. And you'll notice that when you get these big moves, immediately go to these 4-hour levels, right? Because that's that they are going to start getting nailed. I mean nailed. But this S2 right here that has flipped into resistance, obviously. We got a little bit above it here, but boom, the algos kick back in, right? I guarantee you there was an imbalance in the buy and sell pressure here. With a move like that to the downside and then a pump like that off the bottom, yeah, man. Probably right here too, just building bear div. Building bear div. When you get these moves down, probably building bear div, you get these moves down. Let me get another look at this. Bitcoin is going to have to get back above 17K. Right? If Bitcoin can get back up to 17K, and I'm talking about closing daily candles. That's the thing. These are 15-minute candles. Notice. Here's the daily. Here's the daily. Here's the daily. Daily candle is not closed above it yet. Right? The daily candle, a daily candle, is not closed above this level after this dump. What do we got? A couple weeks left in the month. If Bitcoin wants to move out of this cellar, it's going to have to close some daily candles above 17. Get a little footing there. Man, is that how big, that massive? And this is the thing. Bitcoin's weekly range is massive. It's massive. I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say, let me see something real quick. Where is the bottom of that bad boy? Oh, yeah. Duh. That's why I didn't see it. It's hid. So the bottom is right there at the monthly too. I don't know how I didn't see that before. It's an issue for Bitcoin, man. So you're rejecting off the S2 of the monthly, the macro volatility range, and the bottom side of the weekly volatility range. That's an issue, right? You should be paying attention to this. Bitcoin has to get up above 17. If it doesn't, the things I'm seeing on that 4-hour and daily chart, man, this is... So what am I looking for? Here's a daily. Is this thing going to make a run down again? Dude, we're talking like under 15,000 Bitcoin. If this makes a run back down to this 99.99 level, ugly. The 4-hour. Doing. Yeah, it's even lower. It's about 14.6, 14.7.
We are having an intersect today of the power length mean 30 with the RMLR 11, with the 30 length RMLR. Literally today, it's happening. It's happening, which usually means within a few candles you're going to have some nice moves.
Yeah.
So,
and you're talking
on the
4-hour?
Nope,
Yeah.
daily
Daily.
Bitcoin is having an intersect right now with the power mean and the 3012 RMLR.
Right.
Right today.
Let me see something here real quick.
So when it does that, you just look at the RMLR, look at the intersects. When it happens, within 4 candles,
Boom.
it usually makes pretty decent little trading moves.
And the 4-hour, right? You got the you had the I'm pretty sure it's 11. Hold on here. Yeah, you had the 11 length RMLR cross back up. I mean, what a fake out, man. Cross back up the 33 power mean, right? And I was even talking about it. Hey, we got an intersection. This could be party time. Hey, man, we crossed back down. Look at these 3-4-hour candles. They just sort of stooped over, went right with the RMLR, and you're having that intersection. And go over here on the daily, like Yasha's talking about. Come on, power mean. Get your butt up there. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
There.
Yep. Boom. Goodness gracious. What are we going to do,
Yeah,
Bitcoin?
you can still have quite a nice little drop there and still be in mean reversion. We could see a mean reversion in the coming days very easily. And price action can actually still go down a little bit before you see that mean reversion complete. That's fine. It could also go up, but it's definitely going to be some nice action in the coming days.
Yep.
For scalpers.
So we know on the 4-hour from the projection from the local high where we're at. And that's another thing though too. It's like, am I getting in shorts right now? No, man. No. We're literally we're in between the 99.7 and the 99.9 Laplace distribution range on the 4-hour and the daily projection from the local high about 21.5. This is why we don't we don't sell bottoms. We don't buy tops. We know where this price action is in the distribution of the returns. It makes no sense. Could it go lower? Yeah, but the probabilities are saying no. And if it does, it's going to go to about 15 and probably kick up from the 99.9 again. That's where the probabilities are just overwhelming, right? There's a 0.0000001% chance to close daily or 4-hour candles below that area. And that's why you get those big hard kicks back up to the 99.7. because there's a 99.7% chance that that does happen. That's what you got to realize. When you exceed those levels, the percentages are to pull back up to that level, right? So if you're at the 95.4 Laplace distribution range, there's only a 4.6% chance that 4-hour or daily candle is going to close below that level. If it does, start really hammering on the charts, because 99.7 could be in the cards. So that's how we get these levels, right? I'll go down there on that projection and I'll see a number down there. Oh, wow. Interesting. Haven't heard from this guy in a long time. Of course. The markets are fucked. That's when they all start reaching out.
Yeah, they either call when things are pumping like crazy after the big move, or
yeah.
when it's dumping like crazy after the big move.
Yep, 100%, 100%.
Usually a good indication. Move is over already.
And it always starts like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's life? You been playing golf? What are you doing? It always starts out like that. And I'm just like, hey, man, get to the point. I know what you want.
You should have bought your Shiba last week.
Exactly. But no, that's good stuff. But the 4-hour is having an outlier.
By the way, we have another exchange has halted withdrawals. Genesis Global. I hope nobody's trading on that. They have stopped operations. Well, there you go.
The first domino fell. So this is exactly what we've been talking about. We're going to find out that if this was an industry-wide just total fucking scam in crypto, it's like, think about this. So what is there right now? 800 billion total market cap or something? I don't know exactly, but it is definitely down below $1 trillion. How much of that's real? You start thinking about it like that, it's just like, what are we doing?
Especially when you factor in USDT.
Yeah,
is that how much is even real? That thing tanks. Yeah, 829 billion for right now. Yep.
But this is a good thing. People are all freaked out. I love cryptocurrency. It's the future. Blockchain technology, right? And blockchain is nothing without cryptocurrency. They work hand in hand. They definitely. That's why all these big firms, what are they doing? They're building their own digital currency on a blockchain. But they're doing it in-house. So don't be surprised. You'll see. You'll see. All of a sudden, all these firms, you're going to have JP Morgan coin, all kinds of bullshit. Who knows what's going to happen, but you can't believe these bankers and what they're fucking talking about, because they are schemers, man. Guarantee you behind the scene, they're all prepping for this. They're all prepping for digital currency. They just want their own. And they want to buy as much Bitcoin as possible, because they know that baby ain't going nowhere. But this is why, especially right now, be really careful. If you're out there investing in small market cap cryptos, just stop. Just stop. You know how much of this shit's just going to die? If this is a industry-wide problem and these dominoes continue to fall, we're going to see some, who knows what we're going to see. You can't even predict what we'll see. It could be.
What about Solana, Bilbo? What do you think about Solana?
I think it's got a very strong community and it's not going anywhere. Solana, yeah, look, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Matic, things like, the BNB, but who knows what's going on in CZ land? Is Binance just like FTX was? What? Because it all started out, right? Sam was like talking to the SEC about Binance. What was he talking to him about? It's like, so he's trying to throw him under the bus. And then, so what does CZ do? He just takes all that FTT token, just dumps it on the market. Boom. That's like the trump card. Just say
what we look at. Just the top 12, just when you consider that the top 12 cryptos, out of the top 12, 4 of them are essentially stable coins, right? You got DAI at number 12, you got Binance USD at number 6, USD coin at number 4, and Tether at number 3. Those are among the top 12 cryptos. A third of them are stable coins. What does that tell you? Yeah. Right? When you got a couple hundred billion, 150 billion or whatever locked up in stable coins. What does that tell you? People have moved their liquid out of what they consider to be risk-on assets because they're waiting for the time to buy. Right? This is, especially true for retail traders who don't know what's going on. smart retail traders who are like, well, I don't really know what's going on, but even if I, at least I should pull out and follow the general trend of keeping my powder dry and waiting for the next confirmed move, because people don't want to put their money in highly volatile assets when they don't know what's going on and they have no idea how to read the maths. They have no idea how to read the charts properly. So, projects like Solana and Polygon and Cardano and everything else, they have a bright future, but that doesn't mean they can't have some rocky days ahead. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But like makes me bullish to hear you guys be so confident in Solana. We've been hearing a lot of bad stuff around these days, and sentiment is not great.
People like to trash on good projects. That's just par for the course. If nobody's trashing a project, it's immediately suspect. If everybody's trashing a project, it's also kind of suspect. When you got a good balance, it's usually a pretty decent project. Right?
Right.
If half the people love you and half the people hate you, you're doing something right.
Right.
Usually.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. And so now I'm working down through these intraday time frames because the 4 hour looks like dog shit. Not going to lie. 90 minute, I just stepped in another pile of dog shit. It's not looking good at all. I mean, you're starting, the volatility is starting to expand. Look at all the APPs are low. So the volatility is starting to expand, negatively correlated. The predictors flip to the downside on the 90. We are in trend. We are in trend at the bands. Now, we could go back into randomness, or you can get a move like this where it just blows the bands out, which gives you good ideas where your next trends are going to go to. That's why we love this. But when you get into total, that was total randomness. We were back here too, but you can see the deviation bands were catching these entropy moves. Is it going to do it again? Or is this thing really going to fly? Considering that volatility's low, it's starting to expand, negatively correlated. And that's on the 90. Let me see the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, 4 hours expanding, and it's totally random. Expanding, negatively correlated. So now the 45, having an outlier. I'll tell you what, the Z-score is pretty low, but you're contracting on the 45, positively correlated. And look at the trend. Look at the trend on the 45. So things roll uphill. Look at the 90. So is the trend on the 90 just starting? The 45 is in full gear. It's starting to blow these bands out. Let me see here. Look, no bull div, no bull div, no bull div, no bull div. This thing is in a free fall in my opinion. 33 minute. I'm just looking. Is there any bull div building? Now finally, we got some bull div building on the 33. The fishers look like dog shit though, and the trend is hard. Trending hard to the downside right now. Contracting volatility, positively correlated. If this 33-minute time frame contracts all the way, positively correlated, that can ebb and flow right into an expansion, negatively correlated. And that's the times where you get those big down moves. And as I talk, the price is just dropping. Well, the volatility charts, right? Our shit doesn't lag. That's why we use what we use. Let me see here. What do we got going here? We're building some bull div on like 33-minute down. We're probably building some bull div, but the trend is hard right now. And you can see we were contracting, positively correlated on the 15-minute. Correlation broke, and now it's expanding. It's negatively correlated. So I'm going right back, and I'm looking. Whoops, where was that at? Hold on. Let me go back up to the 4 hour, turn on that again. Boom. So I'm looking down here at this night to be stuck under the 99.7, not even making an attempt. There was an attempt here, but you got a rejection off the bottom side. That's Bitcoin saying, I'm going to take this 0.03% probability and I'm going to shove it so far up your ass, you're going to be fucking gurgling Bitcoin. So we're trapped down here. I'm looking at the 99 and we're tied. That's 14.6 on the 4 hour. You go up here on the daily and it's about, 14.8, a few $100 above. Not looking good though. Not looking good intraday. So now I'm over here. Did we have a tight daily range? Yeah. Have we been rejecting off of this monthly support level that flipped resistance? Yeah, we have. But have we found support at the bottom of the monthly? Yeah. So what's this, 15.8? Where's the 3SD on the daily? Goodness gracious, man. Boom. So if we have a 3SD move on the daily, we're right there, right at the 99.99 again on the 4-hour and the daily, on the projection from the local high from 21.5. But don't be, look, so when it comes to normal distribution, that standard deviation level, that third standard deviation level, that's a 99.7% level as well. So don't be surprised if we get if this wicks down on today, right? Don't be surprised if it pulls back up above 16, back to the 1SD. Why do I say that? Because here's that last monthly support level. That price action is going to try to get back up into there. It's going to naturally just try to get back up in there. Call it drift if you want. But that's when you're going to have to look to the indicators to see what's happening. As of right now, from that local high at 21.5, this has just been a shit show. It's been a shit show. It's having a lot of problems. A lot of problems. So I would not doubt it at all. And then looking at SPY. Let's flip it now. We're going over to SPY land. And we already talked about the tight, super tight daily. Oh boy, it's starting to sleet. We got some snow coming. Joy. Joy, joy, joy. Ooh. Okay. SPY didn't even get up to the daily. I mean, it's so tight, it just looks like a red line, right? A little chubby red line. That is the daily. I've never seen one that tight. I'd have to go back on SPY. You'll see them that tight in Bitcoin sometimes, but God, man, I do not remember seeing one that tight on SPY. And so that tells us we're going to trend. But the problem is, so you're taking the daily trend into a weekly range, right? The weekly's telling me this thing's going to range. But the weekly's still above the monthly, right? SPY is above all these macro levels still. So don't give up on it. This thing could really wreck some people. See, a lot of traders out there, they don't know where these levels are at or where the data set is, or that the data set is following the returns. Right? Once you nail all that down, it changes your total outlook on these markets. Total outlook. I mean, I recommend start listening to people that have been doing this for a long time. That's why I love Keith McCall at Hedgeye, right? And I love the Tasty Trade guys. They're just those guys, man. They're trying to impress people too much. It's like, dude, just speak what's on your mind. Right? Speak more what's on your mind and not try to just fucking fluff up the troops. You know, sometimes they will agree with traders they have on there where I'm pretty sure in their head they're just like, yeah, this guy's wrong, but hell, this is live stream. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, price mean reverts. So what? No, price doesn't mean revert in any way, shape, or form. The returns mean revert. Price action is just following. But that's why we built this RMLR indicator to be able to see price can mean revert to that RMLR because we've calculated it back to price. These are things people aren't doing, right? And the indicator earlier I sent into our private chat in to talk to Van and Donnie. You know, he's like, because the first thing I said, I was like, I know this guy probably used, you know what? I'm not going to say that on air anymore. Never mind. But anyway, it's wrong, right? They are not built on the correct formulas. I'm not going to tell you how they're not built on the correct formulas, but they're not. They're not. That's the one of the
wrong.
Yeah. That's why. You look at, there's other expected move indicators out there. There's only one guy's that's right besides us. Everybody else is wrong, and they haven't figured out why they're wrong or why they can't get it right. Right? Van nailed it. Almost day one. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Right? It was just like, oh, our savior.
Well, at least in terms of the folks who will talk to you about it, because everybody else who's like deep in places like Citadel and D.E. Shaw or whatever, they know what's up, yeah, but they don't talk. And there's a reason that they don't talk. They don't want people to know. They are happy to keep marketing the garbage because they know that's what people will go for, and that's how people will be the liquidity on the other side of their trades. Period.
Yep, exactly. This is the level we're at. This is chess. Retail traders and even smaller firms, man, they're playing checkers. They're up against behemoths, right? And some of them don't even realize it. I mean, you can talk to some of the smartest traders out there about the stuff we talk about, and it's deer in the headlights, man. It's deer in the headlights. You really got to understand this market.
$100 AI trading bots. Like, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that little thing. Or even, websites with their little 3 dots or whatever. We have a smart AI trading bot. Just follow our thing, and you'll win most of your trades. No, you won't. Not even close.
Yeah.
And it's like you have a cheap bot competing against massive bots that have tons of power and know exactly how to read the right maths. You're not going to beat them with the little bots.
Right. And it's like, if you're using one of those small, inexpensive trading bots, I'm not an algo. Sometimes I think I am. I'll chew you up. I'll chew you up trading against your algo. That's the thing, man. These high-frequency trading firm bots, dude, they are expensive to code and program. And, I mean, we're talking probably some of the really, really big ones, they're probably 7 figures. I wouldn't doubt it at all. I wouldn't doubt it at all if these guys are spending $1 million building these freaking algorithms. Would not shock me. They're expensive, but my $100 Frosty bot will get her done, right? No. Oh, shout out to old Frosty. I'm sure he's doing what he does. But yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. Anybody can build a bot if you got some coding, you know what you're doing, but you're not going to compete with these big algos. All you can do is recognize what these algos are doing. Right? Trade with them. Trade with them. That's all you got to do. But as you're trading with them, that's why we tell you to take your profit quick. Because they're taking it real quick. People wonder why the market's going like this. Because you got these big algos battling, and it creates imbalances and buy and sell pressure. And just boom, taking profit, getting entries. Taking profit, getting entries. And it's just all building those imbalances, man. And this is why the market flies around the way it does. I mean, I've heard people ask that question. Well, what the hell? What's up with this price action? Why does it do this? Why does it do that? It's not really the why, it's the how. So once you understand that, you get a better bead. God, man, this is crazy. Everything's down. What the fuck? Dixie down, VIX down. Everything's in red and traditional. This is creepy looking. You get down in these, these are all probably the fucking shorts. Probably guarantee it. Yep. Bull 3X shorts. Funny. They're all up. But, what did I see? Oh, yeah, I wanted to pop on. Mr. Armstrong. What the fuck's going on? Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, man. Coinbase is ugly right now. What did Coinbase do pre-market? Coinbase dropped below its weekly volatility range. Woohoo! There, is that the S3? Nope, there it is down there. Coinbase's S3 on the monthly is about 41.5. That could be incoming. This looks weak as hell. But hey, man, right? We know what Coinbase is. We know what it does. There's a lot of shit going on right now. I mean, are they all tied in? What's really going on? Like Yasha, great point with the stable coins. What the fuck is really going on? Is there liquidity backing these things? We could have a major shit show on our hands if our biggest fear is true, right? But hey, that's fine. Crypto's not going anywhere. There's a lot. We really need this purge. There are a lot of bad actors in crypto, man. I've never wanted regulation. I still don't. It goes against the basic ethos of cryptocurrency and blockchain and everything. It's like, what the hell are we doing? But at this point, it's like, if we don't clean this space up, who knows what'll happen? Hell, it could die off. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
the counterpoint to that is that who is the most recent bad actor? Mm-hmm. A guy who was playing patsy and whatever you want to call it, with the government.
Yeah.
So arguably, that's not good for crypto, right? Yep. Like when people play along with the old guard, because the old guard's trying to muscle their way into a space that they don't control and that they are afraid of, and they're trying to get suckers to play puppets with them, and it's not working.
Right.
So I would say, there's a strong argument for not having a regulation in place. And yeah, for now, we don't really have any, at least in the U.S. Other countries, yeah, have very much regulated crypto, and it's, you know, regulated by their tax authorities and everything else. But in the U.S., which is the leading market, you still don't have it, and there's a strong case for it to some degree. But again, as somebody who likes Bitcoin and the whole point of it, it kind of, you know, there's a lot to be resolved there. Let's just say that. And getting rid of bad actors is definitely important. But let's look at who the actual bad actors are. People who are putting on the face of being good actors and playing along with the rules, but they're not. So maybe we should leave it up to the OGs who never said play along with the old guard, because those guys are not looking out for our best interest. Right? The government's trying to take control of crypto. They want to own all of it or as much as possible, so that you will have to depend on them to get access to your funds. That's the bottom line. They want it to be controlled just as much as. That's why they're all looking at doing all those digital dollars and digital euros and digital pounds. Why are they doing that? Why are they looking to digitize cash? Because they know that that's the easiest way. If they control, you know, everybody's fiat in a digital space, well, it's a lot easier to control people's finances if you control their fiat. And if you have digital access to a blockchain, essentially, of digital fiat, which, okay, you can say to me, well, credit's already digital and money's mostly already digital. Yeah, but cash isn't, right? Cash is still analog, and cash is still pseudonymous or anonymous.
Yep.
And that is something that governments hate, but they know that cash is still legal and people still need it. Because if you don't have access to a computer or a mobile device, cash is your thing, right?
Yep.
A lot of homeless people in the world, they don't have credit cards and they don't have, you know, bank cards, and not even homeless people, unbanked people, people without a permanent address. They might not be able to get a debit card or an ATM card or a credit card. So what do? If they can't rely on cash, if there's no cash for them, what are they going to take, a government card? Really? Well, then if that happens, government likes that too. But I would say people shouldn't like that. Anyway, that's the revolutionary speak. I'm just kidding, government. We love you. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Well, they're scumbags.
Yeah.
They already know. I've been on the list since 1990.
Yeah.
They're like, okie dokie. Yeah, man. Okay, Coinbase slipping, so is SPY. And I brought up all the intraday correlations, right? The 4 hour.
Dude, I got a motor. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great remainder of the stream.
Yep, for sure.
Take care and see you guys later.
See you later, Yash. So the 4 hour is definitely at this close probably gonna correlate. I mean, you could see the positive correlation was the slope was starting, but the 90-minute positively correlated, 45 positively correlated, 33 positively correlated, 15 positively correlated. So SPY and Bitcoin are definitely intraday correlated. So what's that saying? I'd be trading them. I'd be trading both these pairs, right, together probably. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for like the 90, the 45, the 33, the 15. You want to see that positive correlation if you're going to be trading them. Let me see here. Goodness gracious. What the hell? Oh, what's this up 16%? Oh, that's the shorts, of course. The Bitfinex shorts. Why do I look at them? I just want to see. I want to see on that certain exchange the longs and the shorts, right? Just give me a little idea what people are thinking. But it's funny too. We're at the bottom of the distribution and the shorts are piling on. Can we go a little lower? Yeah, but a lot of these people don't take their profit, man. That's the problem. And this is definitely not a spot for me to take a short at all. I'm not looking for shorts right now, right? I'd rather get in some defined risk freaking options trades. That's what I'm looking at right now, right? And with those high volatility reads, especially on SPY, I mean, I'm looking at a strangle, like a 1 SD, maybe 1.5 SD strangle. That's what I'm looking for right now, man. Trying to capture that price action. Crying out loud. So let's see here. Let me check this. Make sure. So I'm just reading the chat real quick. Oh, yeah, you knew they were all going to get sued. Oh boy. We should read this real quick. God, who knows where this is gonna go? It's a shit show right now, though. But that's why. It's like all my liquidity's in the traditional markets, man. Besides my Solana holdings, my Bitcoin holdings, everything else, yeah, man. Any liquidity, I'm pumping into Tastyworks. I'm letting this shake out. And this is the thing, though, man. If everybody starts pulling their funds off these exchanges, hey, I'm going to go out there and say right now, get your funds off these fucking bucket shops, right? The inevitable is going to happen, but that's what people don't want. Oh, don't do a bank run. Don't do a bank run. Why? We need to expose this shit. You're going to find out real fast how illiquid these exchanges are when people start pulling their money off. Another exchange this morning. What was it? Genesis. They're halting withdrawals. Good Lord, who knows where this leads? Who knows where this leads? But again, it's a purge, man. We need to get these bad actors out of the market. And if this was all fluff, yeah, for sure. We need to start again, man. Need to start again. There's a lot of an institutional adoption in this shit, too. We got to remember that. So, this is going to create ripples everywhere. Everywhere. And this daily, right? This correlation read. I mean, look how flat it is. And it keeps, every time I check, it's like green, red, green, pink, green, pink. What am I getting? Blue, pink, sorry. Goddamn, colorblind. But I'm just looking here, man. I'm about to probably wrap this baby up. Here's what we can do, though. Let me blow this 4 hour back up. Here was a little boom, boom. Yeah, man. So here we are, 4 hour. Now, from the local high, we were down at the bottom of the distribution. If you start on this reversal candle, you can see this up move went right to where? 95.4 Laplace. What happened after that? From the projection, full-on mean reversion. Full-on mean reversion right to the white line. Bam! Right? That is the mean of the projection. So we go up to the 95.4 Laplace where there's only a 4.6% chance a 4 hour candle will close above there. 3 wicks into it. Then, bam. Right? Right back down to mean reversion. Top side of the 68.3. We're almost to the top side of the 68.3 again. That's right around 16K. Full mean reversion, like 15.823. Oh, goodness. It's all in here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there's that MJ guy. Does that MJ guy have any questions? He's always asking a lot of good questions. Dirty dog. He's probably busy. Let's go over here on the weekly on Bitcoin. Okay, let me grab my little... Where's it at? Where are you, baby? There you are, you little drag and drop king. Let's go to the all-time high. The reversal right there. Bam! So take a peek. What's going on? So on the weekly, look how it rode. That's the 95.4 distribution range, right? Kind of just rode that down. Got a little pump off of it. Got a wick below. Was like, nope. Probabilities, man. Probabilities. Probabilities what? Here comes that 4.6% chance. Now, just like on the 4 hour and the daily off of the bottom side of the 99.7, look at the weekly rejecting off the bottom side of the 95.4. Where's the weekly 99.7? Woo! Holy shit. $4,463 Bitcoin. That's the 99.7. What immediately started going through my mind when I saw that? I was like, what can I sell? How much bullshit do I have laying around that I don't use anymore? I can just sell and turn into Bitcoin at 5,000. Please. We were talking about this the other day. We could get some incredible entries on crypto again if this is the good thing about it. It's a good thing we're purging all these bad actors. Another good thing is we could get into some, we're talking 2007, early 2017, late 2016 Bitcoin prices. Guys, that's really low too. We're talking, shit. Was it May of 2016, I think? That's when I got in, $400 or something. Whew. Crazy, man. We could see some low prices. Who knows what's going to happen though, right? And this is also a perfect opportunity for some big players to just run this fucking thing, man. Run it. There are a lot of over-leveraged shorts right now. Guarantee it. Look at all this from the all-time high. Look at the weekly. Right? There's still people probably have not taken profit. But me and MJ have been talking a lot. I mean, I think we're around a bottom. I just really do. Could we get some wicks down to really scare the shit out of people? Yeah. But obviously, if people start making bank runs on these exchanges, that's when we're really going to find out the metal of crypto, right? Everybody, it's like, oh, I'm a crypto backer, I'm strong, blah, blah, blah. We'll see. Because you're probably going to see a lot of these guys that talk shit all the time capitulating, right? You're never, look, I don't capitulate. If I was going to sell, I would have sold at the fucking top like I did. Unfortunately, didn't sell enough. Didn't expect all this to happen, right? So now, am I selling? Am I selling Bitcoin right now? Am I selling Solana right now? Hell no, I'm buying. When there's blood in the streets, you buy, even if it's your own blood. And I am drowned. I'm having a blood fucking bath right now, right? It's not as bad as it could be, but it's a bloodbath. I'm not gonna lie, Bitcoin was just at $70,000. I made a couple moves though that now look brilliant. Look real brilliant. You take a shitload of Bitcoin almost at the top and slam it into real estate. I mean, hello? Was that a no-brainer? Fuck yeah, it was. Fuck yeah, it was. So let's see here. What else can we talk about? Pretty much gonna wrap it up. I'm going to take one more look at SPY and Dixie. Let's see. Dixie in particular. So we know what's going on in SPY. Where you at, baby? But I'm telling you, on SPY. Let's flip this back on SPY. Yeah, here we go. Like I said, we got this real wide weekly, tight daily. The tight daily's telling us we're going to range today. In my opinion, that range is going to be to both sides. Right? It doesn't mean or that trend, sorry. That trend on the daily is going to be to both sides, right? Even though the weekly's saying a range, I'm saying the trend can be both ways, right? Both ways. That's what I'm seeing. A trend doesn't have to just go in one direction. Like I said, you could literally trend in between the 1 SD levels. That's a hell of a trend. We're talking top side 406, bottom side 391. Right? Bottom side 391. If I'm doing, if right now, if I was throwing on a daily strangle or something, for Christ's sakes, man, 1.5 SD, you guarantee at the end of the day, you're walking away with some money. Now we'll see. I'm not going to throw it on, but bottom side probably 380. I'd probably go 390. 390. Now why am I doing that? Also, it's below the center of the weekly volatility range. Right? To the top side, I'm probably going to go above, that 1 SD, like I said. Here's a weekly. Here is the weekly R1. So I'm probably going to do like a 408 and a 390, right? To the downside. Strangle the shit out of that price action. Get that credit. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm still building up my buying power in my account. I'm not going to dick around with some low numbers. I got to get into some nice options trades. So yeah, it might be through the end of the year here, where I build that liquidity up. Let's see here, but look out, and that's what everything I'm doing right now is to get ready for 2023. All right, because there's gonna be a lot of shit going on and beyond. That's what I'm doing. I'm making sure I'm building up my buying power. I'm going to be trading a lot of options. And but Bilbo, you're always talking about futures. Yeah, they play a part, right? You use futures are to hedge your options positions. I've said this before. When I'm scalping future deltas, right, on low time frames, it makes me feel dirty. But that's why we created these indicators. So we can feel dirty doing it. We come out sparkly shining with a ton of profit. Where retail traders are just making deposits onto these bucket shops and losing money. And another good thing, if you're swing trading cryptocurrency, you have to leave your money on these exchanges. Who got fucked by FTX? My heart goes out to you. But that's why. Not your keys, not your crypto. You intraday trade low time frame volatility with cryptocurrency. You wake up early, you have your coffee, you work out, you do your thing. Transfer your funds from your ledger to the exchange. Start your intraday trading. Soon as you fucking are done, you take that liquidity and you move it right back to your hardware wallet. It's that simple. But people want to get in, look at my move. I'm 50x, I'm 2,000% up and blah, blah, blah. But I can't believe this. Bitcoin ripped down and liquidated me. Of course it did. Or I didn't know the exchange was that illiquid. They just rug pulled me. Of course they did. This is going to get worse. This is going to get worse. And I'm one out there saying, get your money off these exchanges. What do we want to drag this shit out? No. I want this shit to, let's go. Rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Let's bleed out. Let's see what's going to happen. Let all the good projects rise to the top, and all this other bullshit that's taken liquidity from these top 10 projects that aren't stable coins. That's always been my problem with all these shit coins. And the way people trade is just ridiculous with this leverage. This market was bound to fucking just, it's way out of whack, man. It's way out of whack. And we have no idea how much of that, I think it's around $800, $900 billion market cap of crypto. How much of that is really liquid? That kind of scares the shit out of me as at holding Bitcoin and Solana. But hey man, at some point you just got to be like, look, I'm in this for the long term, right? I'm not selling. I'll ride these fuckers to zero. I'm not shitting. I'm not going to capitulate because I know how these markets work. You start to capitulate, then that thing turns around. Next thing you know, Bitcoin's at $50,000 again. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to sell all the crypto, go into cash. Then the dollar's crashing. I mean, who knows what the hell's going to happen? I'm safe staying where I'm at, doing what I'm doing, building up my buying power for 2023 while all this shakes out. Not financial advice. That's what I'm doing, though. I am not putting any more money into crypto. I have not one penny on any of these exchanges, right? Hardware wallets. That's where everything is I own is in hardware wallets. I mean, there was a time where I fucking had so much crypto, it was ridiculous. I feel glad with the real estate move, just everything I've done has worked out perfectly. So I'm pretty happy, especially at the point that we've all known that crypto is insane. There's a lot of bad actors. How many scammers are out there? It's just incredible, and people fall for stuff every day. My heart goes out to them, but man, dude, this isn't a game, man, right? The game, yeah, they're. You think these scammers are playing checkers? No, they're playing chess. That's why they're stealing people. They're stealing their money. So yeah, that's my plan, man. Build up liquidity. I'm gonna be trading options. Use futures to hedge those options positions. If I don't want to, you just have to. It's the best way to do it. Short term, you use those futures. All right, let's see. Anything else popping I can talk about real quick? Is that Coinbase just getting hammered, man? Could be telling. I would not be a bit surprised if people are pulling funds off too. Because we don't know. Hell, Sam was embedded in the government. You don't think Armstrong is? Oh yeah, man. Who knows what's going on with Coinbase? Right? Everybody's like, oh, well, never Coinbase. 2 weeks ago, you're like, never FTX. FTX is, oh man, they're a staple, man. Right? Wrong. That's what's fucked up. You can't trust any of these crypto exchanges, man. Even Coinbase. I mean, hell, at this point, I mean, Kraken, Bittrex, right? I mean, those seem really solid, but those wicks on Kraken have always scared the shit out of me. I've never put a dime on Kraken. But I would never have, I trade low time frame volatility, so that shit wouldn't bother me anyway. But I know so many people have got just putting stop losses in the system, over leverage, and those Kraken wicks, boop, you're done. You're done. Lost your whole account. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Coinbase. Coinbase dropped. I mean, we're almost down there. What's it? There's a 95 for Laplace. Let's see here. Let this baby open up. There's a 68.3 range. 1 SD down here. Is that the bottom side of the new daily 68.3? Yes, it is. So we got that wick right at the beginning, right? Opened up. Got a wick up into the top side of the 68.3. Been dumping ever since. Bottom side's at about 48. We already talked about that level down there. 47.6. Not going to be good. I think it was 42 at the bottom of that monthly volatility range. Everything's bleeding today, though. Everything. Across the markets. Bleed, bleed, bleed. Let's look at DeFi real quick. Now, of course. God, what the fuck? Yeah, compound. Compound's up 7.7% about. You're going to see this on random shit. Let's see. Is anything sticking out? Sushi swap up. I heard Sushi swap's got a major problem too. They're all tied up in this. All these little swaps. Yeah, nothing. God, well, obviously Atlas is dying. I know that was a gaming token. That baby is dying, apparently. I mean, it's bound 2 days in a row, down about 15%. I mean, look at this. There's no liquidity. Holy shit, man. We're really going to start to see some cryptos die, I would imagine, man. Especially, think about it. People start pulling this shit, these money off exchanges. Start providing liquidity for all this crap. Yeah, man. You're gonna see everything tumble. Tumble. We'll survive, though. We'll survive. Get yourself a brokerage account. Get into the real scammy world of traditional markets. You think crypto's fucking scammy? I mean, what are we talking about here? This isn't just a crypto problem. This is a financial markets problem. You know, all these traditional guys are making it sound crypto this, crypto that. They're fucking more corrupt than fucking any of it. We all know that. The markets are inherently just corrupt as fuck. Right? You got so much insider trading going on, but if you're a politician or, you know, you're already a billionaire or whatever, nothing's going to happen. If I go and get some insider trader information, make a couple $100, $250, $500,000 on a trade, I'm going to fucking prison. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. But that's where we're at. So you got to, first you need to recognize that's how it is. Build yourself a set of indicators that's going to let you take advantage of all this. And that's what we've done. We know this shit is scammy. It's always going to be scammy. Investing always has been. Right? But hey, man, there's a lot of money to be made if you know what you're doing. So, yeah, let's get her done. Let's get her done. And I think we're going to wrap this baby up. Hour and a half. Yeah, it's plenty of time to hear me ramble. Let's see. One more peek. You know? Just watching Coinbase just take a dive. Wow, man. Okay, so at this point, probably a 1 SD move if you're in Coinbase. 47.95, wouldn't doubt it at all. But man, I mean, so that 1 SD is so close to the 68.3 Laplace. That's pretty crazy, man. The normal distribution range, pretty tight. And there's that monthly. There's that last monthly support down there around 42, 41.5. So if this thing really does hardcore dump out, look for that. Look for that area. And that being said, so we're alpha trading. We trade the VEPS, volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics. You can find the link to our Discord where you can request the free volatility starter pack, right? Just open up a support ticket, ask for it. You're going to get it. Got a lot of great guys ready to help you out. And a lot of great people in the Discord, right? Friendly community. Come see us, right? Take your time. Don't just take one look and say, yeah, that doesn't work. Because it does work. But you got to understand what you're looking at first. And we're here for you. So that being said, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Thursday market open. See you guys then.